Welcome everyone to the House of Dre / Dre's Wrestling Talk channel. Today, you read the title correctly. It is Raw is War Review. Now, just in case some of y'all did not know, I know a lot of y'all don't know, but I decided to go ahead and start watching Raw is War for what they got on Netflix. Here in the US, we don't have all the episodes. For why? I don't know. I still don't know. I don't know why we don't have all episodes, but we don't. But I'm picking up right after WrestleMania 14, which, if some of y'all know my wrestling history, that's pretty much the first WrestleMania I actually can sit down and remember everything that happened on that show, which is kind of crazy considering I was probably like 4 years old or 3, going on 4 years old that year. So the fact that I can remember everything is kind of crazy, quite honestly. It's like my anniversary of wrestling. So I decided to pick up the Monday Night Raw after. I seen that full episode. I seen the next week's episode, I think, or at least majority of it. But slowly, until I can't do it no more, which is main episodes wise, I'm gonna go through all of Monday Night, go to Raw is War part reviews, and then I'm gonna we're gonna do WCW Monday Nitro also, but we might also do some WCW classic shows in general because if you ever watch it on Peacock, WCW Monday Night Nitro and the Nitro that Monday, and then the week after that one, after that week, those 2 weeks, they had a pay-per-view, which is Super Brawl. Far behind. I'm like, okay, wait, we have to build up to everything about Super Bowl and stuff like that. So I want to make sure I'm in the nosebleeds of why everything is happening the way it's happening. So let's get started. This is happening to be March 30th, 1998, to age of some of y'all that's probably going to be watching here in the future. Smiley face. Y'all know what's up. But they're live from New York, the Pepsi Arena. Crazy times for that time. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this crazy time. So we get up into it. I got the shout out to pdrwrestling.net. I'm assuming they have every single episode reviews because this is the one I went to. So shout out to Matt. I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for it. So I can do my reviews. Let's get it. So basically, I'm not gonna read through all of this stuff. I'm gonna skip through all that. Let's be honest. I'm gonna skip through all of that. That's a lot of work. Basically, Monday Night Raw starts off. First of all, the fans. Man, 1998. The fans is crazy. We got crowd signs all over the place. It's packed. It's a packed arena. It's a very packed arena. We get to see the stage logo. We get to see the intro to Monday Night Raw, which is awesome. It felt nostalgic. I'm not gonna lie, it felt nostalgic. Now, some of y'all might know me if you listen to Dre's Wrestling Talk podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. Y'all know I'm not a big fan of the Attitude Era, but I want to see what's really be cooking over there. Watching it and watching all the crowds going crazy, man. Amazing. I wish we can get that now in all of wrestling across the world, but times are different, man. Times are different. So hopefully we can bring people start bringing back their signs. Hopefully the crowds is still as packed, as passionate wrestling fans. I think sometimes we here on the internet, I think we do too much thinking up here when it comes to wrestling. Let's just enjoy our times and enjoy ourselves. But Vince McMahon comes out walking down. They boo this man. No BS. They straight up boo this man. There's so much booing. They boo him so much that you can't even hear what he's about to say. He ain't had no entry music, nothing. He just comes straight out there, right? Not only do he comes out there, he has the iconic 98 through 2002 WWE Big Wing WWE Championship belt. Beautiful championship. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful championship. Personally, I think that is arguably my favorite and second favorite. If I compare that to the undisputed WWE Championship, that would be from 2002 to 2005, the one that Brock Lesnar and Undertaker and them all held before John Cena took over it and changed the way it looks to a spinner title. So, man, beautiful championship. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick so I can show y'all what that championship was looking like. If you just Google search it, but you could do like I do, Let me see if I can. Let's see if I can still do this. It's been a cool minute since I've done this. I'm not gonna lie. I have not. Window note. We just need to share this part. Katawi. That is the championship I'm talking about right there. Right there, that title right there, that beautiful, beautiful championship that I love seeing. Beautiful championship. I love that championship. Not the. I know everybody enjoyed this championship, which is the Winged Eagle Championship, is what people call it. I don't care for that. I enjoyed the look of this. I definitely enjoy this version of the championship. I think it's the absolute best championship that they have for the WWE Championship. Just my personal opinion. My personal opinion alone. But he has that over his shoulder. It's coming out there. He introduced Stone Cold. Stone Cold comes out there, big time cheer. Stone Cold gets in the ring, takes the championship off of Vince, give Vince the old championship, start stunting with it, showcasing it or whatever. Then we get to the promo battle between the two. And basically, the promo battle is Stone Cold needs to become basically a corporate guy. You need to team up with Vince to be successful, to be one of the greatest WWE champions of all time, etc., etc., etc. Stone Cold responds is like, nah, you got it. Hit him with a stunner, end of the promo. Well, of course, that's not going to take it lightly. So Vince wasn't going to take that lightly. He's not going to take it lightly. Our first match of the night, it is LOD 2000 with Sonny versus Lost. I'm not too for sure who these people are. It is Jose Estrada Jr. and Jose Calisto. Never heard of him really. Squash match. It was literally a squash match. It was 35 seconds. 35 seconds. Doomsday Device, seeing LOD in their primes. Sonny announced this is LOD 2000, not just LOD. It's 2000 version, so let's get it. All right, cool. Very dominant tag team. They are the number one contenders to the World Tag Team Championships, by the way. That's what's up. We find out Vince McMahon has called the authority and Stone Cold gets arrested. So we'll be keeping an update on Stone Cold being arrested. Fun. The next up, we got Cargo with Jackal versus Chains in a 1v1 match. Not impressed by either one. I remember Cargo. I remember Cargo from the WWF Attitude Nintendo 64 game. Nintendo 64 game. Big dude or whatever. So you could tell they was trying to push him. You could definitely tell in this match. Chains, if I'm not mistaken, Chains is part of that. It's part of like he's in a group, but I can't remember what it was, what group it is. Overall, Cargo wins and pretty much just kidnap Chains. They say he's been doing it for a couple weeks. That's a choice. That is definitely a choice. Yep. Next up, we got Jeff Jarrett with Tennessee Lee versus Al Ghul. No, that's not Al Ghul. I forgot how you say his name, but a guy who ended up becoming Esther Rosa later on in his career. 1v1 match. Jarrett won with the figure 4 leg lock. Steve Blackman comes out to clean house and go after Jeff Jarrett because apparently Steve Blackman was undefeated. He was a rookie. So this is him in his first big feud with Jeff Jarrett. Cool. That's cool. That's what's up. Decent. Would I do it now? Decent. But apparently this is around this time. I had to look it up myself. Apparently this is in this time where Tennessee Lee and them was coming from NWA. So they was doing an NWA crossover with WWE at this time frame. So this tells me a lot that this is what happens that times throughout WWE's history, that they work with other companies. So I'm very surprised about that. Spoiler alert for later on. Yep, gets arrested. Vince McMahon comes down with Jared Briscoe, and thank you. There's no more. All gone. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Here, drink my drink. You can take that. But basically, Stone Cold's gonna be in jail. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. Yep. Next up, they talking about the next hour. So this is very interesting because I thought I was tripping, but they hype up the next hour. Triple H in China, plus we doing some stuff, etc. So this is doing this time frame to where Monday Night Raw in the very beginning, the first hour was like PG-ish, and then the second hour was the attitude part, right? It's kind of interesting, very interesting, quite honestly, because they kind of closed it out like that was in the show, and then they do the promo again. It's interesting. It's interesting. I like when I was watching that, I had flashbacks. I'm like, yeah, I remember them doing that a lot. I didn't understand why, but now that I'm thinking, now that this is what's going on, so I'm like, all right, bet. The Nation Domination. Basically, they just turned heel on Farouk. The Rock and the Nation Domination, Farouk, D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry, and I think the other guy name is, I forgot what the other guy's name is, but they turned heel on Farouk. I might have said this earlier. Oh, no, I didn't. Yep. They turned heel on the Rock. On Farouk, and he got kicked out. He got kicked out of the group. The Rock is now the new leader of the Nation Domination. That was pretty much it. Before that happened, The Rock and Farouk was in a tag team match against Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman. That's when The Rock actually left. And when he left, Farouk lost the match, and then they got into it. Watch TV. No. What you mean? No. You're not about to run. Hold on, y'all. This is what happens when you go live. When you go live and you let your children be in the area at the same time. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't go live as much. If y'all wonder why I don't go live, and now you know. Now you know. I don't go live as much because I got children and they do whatever they want to. I apologize. There you go. Baby Finn. Baby Finn. Anyway, they lost that tag team match, and that's how Farouk got kicked out, basically. I did all that, and I keep skipping stuff. The Into the War Zone. So in the beginning, it's Jim Ross and Michael Cole commentary, and then after it's Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. I didn't know that. I didn't know they was doing it like that. I don't know how long they did that for, because I know on pay-per-views it was just Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross. So I don't know if they was doing that just to get Michael Cole ready. That's the only thing I can think of is getting Michael Cole ready for commentary role. That's what I don't think I can assume, but it's 1998. I don't know. Maybe they were just getting him ready. Maybe. I don't know. Next up, we got the Triple H in China segment. Basically, Triple H taking a dig at Shawn Michaels, pretty much kicking Shawn Michaels out of DX. As you guys not know, during this time frame, after WrestleMania 14, Shawn Michaels pretty much retired. He retired from wrestling for about 2 years or so because of his back. His back was jacked up. His back was messed up. It was during the casting match against The Undertaker. I believe that was the Royal Rumble. Whenever Shawn flipped over the casting, there's a scene where he flips over the casting, or he got thrown over the casting, something like that. His back got jacked up, and he ended up retiring because of that. So this is a way to write Shawn out of the storyline completely and insert Triple H as the main leader of D-Generation X. So he kicks him out. He kicks him out permanently. Him and China are the two members so far, and then X-Pac will come out there and officially join Triple H. Then they said that they promised there'll be more people adding to the team. All right, okay, that's what's up. So this is the start, as they call it, a new beginning for D-Generation X. We get during that whole promo, we get X-Pac's taking his shot at WCW during that time, Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan and stuff like that, airing out the issues that he had with WCW in general. Okay. I got nothing to say. I'm like, okay, get it off your soul, my brother. Get it off the soul. So I'm very interested to see exactly when they get X-Pac heat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard that term. It's like a heat that X-Pac ended up getting. I wonder when that started. It wasn't starting here right now. I think a lot of people was a little confused about him a little bit, but you know, they was like, all right, cool. We got a guy. It's like we got one. We got one from WCW. Finally, we got one or whatever. We get a first vignette for Val Venis. Very awkward. Very awkward. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like watching his own films, and he was on flick. That's what he was doing. Watching his own flick, getting ready to make his debut at some point. That's a choice. I mean, man, hey, that was the road. That was the road. Next up, we got Taka Michinoku, the light heavyweight champion, versus Mark Mero with Sable. Yes, Mark Mero and Sable. Can't forget about legitimately the biggest diva popularity-wise during that time frame. It wasn't Trish. I'm telling y'all, it was not Trish. It was Sable first, and then it was Trish after. Sable popularity was on something else that they brought back the women's championship at some point. It's not back right now. Not in this episode. It's not back. But her popularity did help them bring that back. I'm just saying. But Luna comes out there, and they're going to have an evening gown match at Unforgiven in Your House on April 26th. Sabre said, okay. And then Mark Mero beat Taka Michinoku with the TKO. And then after the match, 3 Japanese guys come out from the audience, and they just beat down Taka Michinoku. I know they're supposed to be coming through a storyline, but I don't. Okay. I mean, at least it looked like they was trying. That's what I'm saying. It looked like they were trying. Next up, like the spoilers I told y'all before, the NWA World Tag Team Championships was on the line. The Headbangers versus the new Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. Before the match started, before we got anything, Jim Cornette's on commentary, talking it up. The NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Dave Stern. I'm sorry if I messed up your name. I forgot how to say last name. He comes out there, he sits next to him. The whole match going on, and Jim Cornette is just, we're not even focused on the match at all. We're like, if you watch it, all thing you can hear is Jim Cornette hyping up Dan. That's all he did. All he did was hype him up, let him know he beat Ken Shamrock, that he got all these championships, he got all this stuff. That's all we got all that. That's all we got. But the Midnight Express did go ahead and won the NWA World Tag Team Championships back. And Dave Stern goes out there and takes out the Headbangers with suplexes. That was it. But yeah, he looks intimidated. I had to go look him up. Never heard of him before. Never heard of him, so I had to go look him up. Yeah, he was he was a monster. I can tell you right now, he was a monster. So I'm like, wow, shout out to him. That was a fantastic. One of those guys, that if WWE could have gotten their hands on it and Vince saw money in him, he would have been he probably could have been a all-time great, quite honestly. He could have been one of their all-time greats. Let me show y'all a photo of him right now. Let me share my screen. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while, so I'm just like, This is from Reddick's poster, though. But yes, this is him. That is him. Well, let me see if it pulls up. Not gonna pull up. Yep, there he is. The Forbidden Doors were open in the 90s when Devin Stern walked on Raw with the UFC and NWA championships, world championships. Yes, that man was a monster. We will see more from him. We would definitely see more from him in pretty much the next episode of Raw. Yeah. Stone Cold gets one phone call. He called up Jim Ross and saying he gonna pop up and he gonna get Vince. He's gonna get him. He gonna get his lick back, basically. Paul Bearer brings out Kane. So random, very random. Brings up Kane, and because they was getting the cage set up. It was very interesting back in 1998 that they was doing that right in front of everybody. They was getting the cage built up, and I was like, okay, this is kind of awkward. They got this show and this to show, and then Kane come out there and they cut a promo. Basically, they're trying to do an Inferno match at Unforgiven in Your House, and they just waiting on Undertaker to say yay, nay. But in the main event of the evening for this Monday Night Raw, we got the WWF Tag Team Championships on the line in a steel cage match. Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie are defending the championships, or they're going against the New Age Outlaws for the Tag Team Championships. Interesting. So, if you've seen WrestleMania 14, you're wondering what happened. Cactus Jack and Chainsaw put the New Age Outlaws in the dumpster. They had a dumpster match and they won. Apparently, apparently, Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie did not put them in the correct dumpster at all. So the titles were vacated, and then the titles are on the line in this match. Quite honestly, it was a little bit of everywhere. It was a little bit of chaotic. It was a little bit everywhere. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was just everywhere. The match wasn't anything special or anything. It didn't last too long. But Triple H and X-Pac came out there in China. They all came out there and beat down Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie. The New Age Outlaws went on to become the tag team champions. So they regained the championships, if you want to say. And then they just continued to beat their tails. I mean, it was just that. They just beat their tails for the rest of the night. And that was pretty much, that was it. But, what's what I'm about to say? But the New Age Outlaws end up joining D-Generation X to make the DX Army is official now. So DX Army is official after that. And that was the end of Monday Night Raw. Raw is War. Couple things. So let's talk about, so that was the review. Let's talk about some things. One, during that time frame, Stone Cold and Vince McMahon's rivalry carried heavy. It started at the beginning of the show. After the first match, we got a backstage segment. After came back for commercial, we got another background segment. We got a match. We got another background segment about them and Stone Cold getting arrested. Next match after that, we get Vince McMahon coming out to the ring. After that, the match or whatever, we get Stone Cold calling. Ooh, heavy. Something that I think a lot of us will complain today. They did that heavily. They had to, I guess. They just had to. That was their hottest feud. So they heavy carry. That was a heavy carry line. Triple H in the DX thing, strong, but it ended strong. That's what that right there ended strong with them and New Age Outlaws joining together. That ended strong. The Nation of Domination, it seemed like it's there, but I don't know how the crowd reacts to it. Right now, they don't like The Rock or anything like that, so I guess they're doing their job. I'm gonna turn that off now because that's just loud just to be loud. She ain't even in here. That's crazy about children. They tell you put on something and then they walk away. What are we doing here? Anyway, not the case. But what was I at? But I don't know. We have to see. I have to see. Other than that, the in-ring action wasn't good. It was just names tossed out there. And it'd be different if the matches lasted longer, but all the promos and stuff made sure those matches didn't mean anything. They kind of limited right here. So instead of having this much room, so about 10 to 15 minutes to wrestle, you get 4 minutes, you get 3 minutes. That's it. None of those matches lasted longer than 5. None of those matches went past 5 minutes. They didn't even hit the 5-minute mark at once. That's why I'm like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? What was the key behind that? Now, like I said, this is watching from now compared to then. Then I guess people loved it. I don't know. But for a 2-hour show dominated by a lot of promos and built up to Unforgiven, which I'm fine with that. You can build up to Unforgiven. But the fact that the show was carried by Stone Cold, Vince, and then DX, and then a little bit of the Nation Domination. That's not what's up. I think that was a missed opportunity to do something. No, those matches went 5 minutes. They all was less than 5 minutes. The NWA stuff can be interesting. I don't know how much time they actually gave NWA, so I'm interested to see how that goes. A lot of the stuff really didn't follow up. Like I said, outside of Triple H mentioning Shawn Michaels, there was no mention of Shawn Michaels. He just lost the championship. That was it. Mike Tyson showed up in Triple H's promo, but once again, that was it. So there's no follow-up towards the WWE Championship match that happened. The World Tag Team titles, at least that got a follow-up to whatever BS reason they gave that a rematch. The Intercontinental Championship, The Rock and Ken Shamrock had their beef, and Farouk left The Rock, and that's the only follow-up. So the Intercontinental Championship, Ken Shamrock going ballistic for that championship 24 hours later. 24 hours beforehand, 24 hours later, nothing. He doesn't care, I guess. The light heavyweight championship, yes, but he lost in a minute and 35 seconds to Mark Merrow, so we can't care. At least Luna and Sable was able to push their little feud because they was keep trying to get, got to get Sable in there. Got to get Sable in there is what they was doing. Other than that, a lot of mid, a lot of bad, a lot of bad stuff, man. I personally don't get it. It was a lot of bad stuff. So not a good show. Not a good show. Not a good show. That was a bad show, my personal opinion. That was a very bad show. It just like let's say tomorrow's Friday Night SmackDown, right? Let's say we watch Friday Night SmackDown, and all Friday Night SmackDown did was allow who's the top few? Allow John Cena and Randy Orton to start off to do their thing, and they just straight dominate the entire show. We get them starting off the show. They did a match. Let's say they did nothing but all the undercards. Let's say Candice LeRae and Selena Vega had a match that lasted 3 minutes. And then we get an Orton segment. And then the next match, it's we get LA Knight versus Solo Sikoa that lasted 4 minutes. And then we get a Cena program. And then we get more you know what I'm saying? That'd be that type of stuff. And it's like, I'm good. No, thank you. I'm really not pushing any fuse. So far, at this point in time, I said that's an L to the Attitude Era. We'll see. We'll see how this keep going. I'm definitely gonna see how this keep going. But you guys make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe. The House of Dre podcast is available here on YouTube at times when I decided to make one. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, Cassette Box, and Pocket Cast. Dre's Wrestling Talk. I don't know if I'm gonna put those on YouTube still. I don't know. I'm still working, But if y'all would like me to put it on YouTube, let me know. Because if that's the case, I can do my preview. I mean, if that's the case, I will start doing them just live like this. We'll just do it like this. We'll just vibe like that. And if y'all want to, we can start putting the podcast on here too, the Wrestling Talk. But Dre's Wrestling Talk podcast is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. Now, you guys did see. If y'all done with the Raw stuff, y'all can click off. Y'all did see me doing a ranking of the 7 Deadly Sins Holy Nights. Well, for audio only, up until I decided to make it, because it ain't. When I do death battles, especially battles like this, a group battle, I don't really put it on YouTube. There's a lot of more details that I just can't do. But I am planning on doing another group battle. The first group battle I did was Organization 13 versus Yokoski. It's on audio only. You got to go check it out on the audio part. So the next audio battle will be the Holy Knights from the 7 Deadly Sins that y'all saw uploaded versus the 12 Keys from Demon Slayer. It's going to be a gauntlet style. It's going to be from the weakest members going up to the strongest members in elimination style, 1v1. So if lower rank 6 defeated the lowest Holy Knight, then they go to the next level, until they get to the final member. That's coming out soon. When? Probably next weekend or throughout the week. At some point. I have to record the introduction to the battle, which is giving the backstories and everything, and then we get the full-length battle. How long it's going to be, I have no idea. The Yokoski and them, they last about an hour 30. I don't know how long this is going to be. That's one. Two, I did do a death battle that y'all probably should see at some point. I had to sit down and actually get the video back together. But then again, y'all might not. It was the Miss Hashira Tokito versus Haku from Naruto. I did that. Once again, audio. I will be doing more. Another ideas that I have, you have to wait for it. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait for it. But hey, that's it. That's the end of this review. That is me plugging it all. Go check out my books. My books are The Chaos World Part 1, The New Protector, are available on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. Barnes and Noble also have them, so go get them, go read them, or go to wattpad.com, wattpad.com. Go to there, go read, people. Let's go read some fantasy. Y'all need some fantasy in your life, go read it. That is it. That is end of this long review. 30 minutes of my time, 30 minutes to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And let's keep it rocking, man. I'll see y'all soon.